The burner was real. ECU is back-to-back Military Bowl champs, and the first episode of 2026 of the Holton Ahlers Show is here.
Let's go.
Man, I get better and better every time.
Dude, you are, man. You're honestly, what an intro.
If I had a little music playing behind me,
go ahead.
We should do that next year. The burner was real. Back-to-back Military Bowl champs.
Let's go. Season 3.
First episode of 2026. That was bad.
Yeah.
But the first two was fire.
Well, did I just say season 23? I might have.
I don't know. You're on Survivor or something over there.
I love Survivor, man. I will be on Survivor one day.
I hope so.
So yeah, dude, Military Bowl champs. That was huge. I mean, what a fun game. We're gonna have Tegan Wilk join us here in a second.
Let's just jump to it real fast. We should wear a little bit of egg on our face. We were really low on the Pirates going to the Military Bowl. I had I projected the score 28-14 Pitt, and they came out and shocked us. The defense came out like Tegan talks about it a little bit. Like Blake really got the guys together. Coach Harrell, I was stunned at first two drives of offense and defense. I was like, hold up, we have a chance. They came out playing, and all I needed to saw was the first two drives. And I was like, might need to throw a little something on the Pirates.
A little cheese on the Pirates.
But I was very impressed, and very impressed with Dida on just his pure confidence in a pocket. Yeah, as a freshman quarterback, he had a lot of pocket presence.
He did. He played very, very well. He deserves 100% a shot. I know a lot of people are asking, Dida deserves 100% shot of winning the job next year. Does he need to compete for it? Yes, because he's young. Look, he started one game. He's looked good when he's played, though. Did he make some rookie mistakes? Yeah, well, look, he was a rookie out there playing, or freshman out there playing, but he also beat a very good Pittsburgh team that didn't have a lot of guys opted out, and he went out there and beat them. Now, he had really good receiver play. That's really important because we lost or have graduation or transfer portal are losing a lot of the receivers. It's important to go get receivers. We just got one commit from Furman. I know we're attacking the transfer portal hard. Whoever's at quarterback next year for the Pirates, I think the offense, we'll get to that in a second, is going to be very similar, even terminology-wise. It's important to have weapons around them. ECU is known for having weapons at the receiver position. Recently, we've had really good running backs. Obviously, in the past, we've had really good running backs too. So I think it's important, no matter who it is, in this offense, you got to have skilled players that can roll and that can go out there and make plays. You saw Anthony Smith take a glance route, pop, touchdown. That makes quarterback look really, really good.
I will say Anthony Smith,
true pirate.
True pirate. People say it all the time. When you have a freshman quarterback, you got to make plays. Make him build his confidence. And Anthony Smith, if Chasten Dida had no confidence going in there, Anthony Smith really built him up. He made every play and every catch he needed to for a young quarterback to be like, okay, I can trust this guy when I'm in a situation. And I think that was huge because the worst thing you have as a freshman quarterback, especially when you get your first couple of hits, is you throw a deep ball or you throw a ball that's right in the money and they drop it.
Yeah, it's not fun, but I was freshman quarterback at one time. I had my fair share of playing complete cheeks.
But you know what I'm saying.
I do 100% know what you're saying. And I think it's very important too, as a freshman quarterback in your first start, there's almost a confidence. You kept hearing, we had Tegan on, he's going to be at the end of the show. And he kept saying the confidence. Everyone you talked to around Dida said confidence, confidence, confidence. As a true freshman, or as a freshman starting your first game, there's a sort of confidence because you haven't been smacked in the mouth yet, right? You haven't been hit in the mouth where you're going in and you're like, dude, Dida's from freaking Texas. He's from a very good high school. And he's like, look, he got in some this year, played really, really well. The fans are loving him. He was feeling himself a little bit, and he went out there and he delivered. Now, is there plays that he could have been better? Yeah, of course. There always will be. He deserves a shot to win the starting quarterback job next year. I trust Coach Harrell that he's going to put the right guy in that position. I believe in healthy competition. Bring a guy or two in to make that competition even better. But Dida deserves a right just like anyone else has because he came in, he waited his turn, he was a backup, did the right thing, played well when he got in, and then went and won a Military Bowl because our quarterback bailed on us.
Yeah, I think you bring two guys in, you have a three-man competition. That's just my opinion. Not any shots at Dida. I think he played great. I just not 100% sold. He's still really young. Let's have a competition. Who prevails from that competition? 100% behind.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Any other takeaways from the Military Bowl besides the defense playing electric?
Shout out the defense. I think it was a huge culture game.
5 turnovers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
From the ACC's #1 scoring offense.
I think in that game you saw Pirates. Everyone, think about it. Every player on that team decided that the team was bigger than themselves. Whether you're Tegan Wilk and saying, you know what, everyone's bailed. I'm not going to get hurt. It's my last game. I'll just declare for the draft. You're Marlon Gunn. If you're J.D. Lampley.
Marlon Gunn. Shout out to Marlon, too.
J.D. Lampley, Pirate, true Pirate. Brock Spalding, true Pirate, coming back, receiver, weapon for whoever plays quarterback next year. Mm-hmm. You saw guys and coaches even. Both our coordinators were left. Like these coaches, a majority of these coaches won't be here next year. Defensively, maybe a little bit more than offensively, obviously. But you saw guys and you saw a culture and you saw people coaching and playing that game who understand what being a Pirate is, and it meant something for them to win that game. Now, I'm not saying Pitt didn't mean anything to them. They didn't have a lot of opt-outs either. Like they were pretty full strength, but it shows you the power of culture and it shows you the power of ECU culture. And I think that is very important to take note of.
Yeah, I think it's huge. And who starts building the culture? The players definitely do, but it definitely comes from the top down. And it shows the culture Blake Harrell has, where it's like, we have this offensive exodus, we have this coaching exodus. I feel perfectly fine. He's going to bring the right guys in. The culture's going to be exactly what it's been like the last 2 years, and I feel good.
Had a great conversation with someone high up in administration. I'm not going to say who, but we're talking about culture, and I think now is a time in college football and college athletics, it's almost more important about who is leading than the players, because the players are going to come and go now so much, right? So like, who is leading them when the new players come in? Like, who can they look to and say, that's what being a Pirate is, that's why it's special? Tegan Wilk was one of those guys, player wise. This is a text that I got from someone really high up in administration. I'm not going to say who, because I didn't ask them to say this. Like, it's just personal text. At the end of the day, it's about being a Pirate and it meaning something. It's not for everybody, as you know. Everything isn't always pretty, but there is a community, region, and state that love ECU. I knew we have to reload, and instead of complaining, we were going to attack it. We got the financial resources to build a roster in 26 that can win a conference championship. I believe it will happen. See you soon. Does that not, like, I got chills.
Fires you up.
Man, I literally got chills.
I like what you said, players come and go. When you committed to ECU, or I chose to come play at ECU, or anyone that came and chose to play at ECU, you usually do it off one culture, the traditions, and the coach you want to play for, and the coaches you want to play for. It's usually not off the guys sitting next to you. Eventually, you guys become best friends, and you build that brotherhood. But the people there, the players you're going to play with, usually aren't the top two reasons you come to a school, and that's a good call out by you.
Yeah, I think like guys entering the portal and like, look, we don't want to step on too many toes here. I don't want to get people getting mad at us. Guys entering the portal before the bowl game don't understand that.
Yeah,
and everyone's like, blame the NCAA. No, don't blame the NCAA. There's some things to blame. The portal opened January 2nd. We played the game before January 2nd, so I don't want to hear that. It's a comment I had right there.
I agree. Anyways. Let's get to what everyone wants to hear, I think. Some people want to hear. Like I said at the beginning of the show, the burner was real. What happened there in that situation? And that was really
it was weird. One. It was really weird, honestly. I saw the tweet. We've had each other's number for over a year now. I was part of the recruiting process to get him to East Carolina. So I've had the whole family's number for a while now, communicated, honestly, very regularly, I would say, for like the situation, obviously the relationship. First of all, like, I think he's going to do very well where he's at. Like, I really wish him the best, but the burner side of things, we want to use names, but the burner side of things, like, it wasn't, I don't know if it was I don't even know how the burner stuff works. Like, it was actually him.
Yeah, it was his name. But people, I think a lot of people thought at first when they saw
there's no way.
Well, I could make it a burner. It says
blah blah blah.
Your name. I mean, someone has a burner that has my name on it, or Igo's name. Like, people have burners. Like, anyone can make a burner if they want his name. I think that's what people thought happened.
Yeah, and honestly, I did a little bit too. And then someone actually reached out to me with like proof that it wasn't one. I don't know. Good detective work, Pirate Nation. They like supplied screenshots on why it wasn't. It was made in 2024. It followed these accounts. There was no name change. Like, it was just there was like 5 different screenshots. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna call him. If it's not him, I'll say, good luck. And if it is him, then I'm gonna see what's going on. Mm-hmm. So I called him, and first thing was said was like, you said on the podcast that he made $1.4 million, and right away I'm like, okay, he didn't listen to the podcast, because I never said that.
If anyone said anything over $1 million, it might have been myself.
Yeah, but we never said 1.4.
Yeah,
and that was like what they were stuck on.
If anyone did it, Might have been me.
Thanks, bud. You got me screamed at on Twitter.
It might have been me, but I'll give my number if you need it.
Yeah. I invited him on the show, no response. So there's that. I called him. We had a conversation. He told me that. I immediately said, look, you didn't watch the podcast. That's not what I said. I stood by the point that he should have played in the bowl game. I wished him well.
I think that was another point that
I told him. I said,
was what you said about the bowl game.
No, he never brought that up, but I told him multiple times. I said, my issue was he bailed on the team before the bowl game, and I stand by that. He shouldn't have done it. They had their reasons. He told me their reasons. He told me how they felt about Pirate Nation. I think they were expecting a more heroes goodbye. But that's not how Pirate Nation works.
And I think the heroes goodbye probably would have happened
after the bowl game with the win.
After the bowl game. People, I would have understood after the bowl game.
100%. I think we all would have. And look, when we heard that, we heard about 3 days before that was going to be the decision that he was going to leave. We kind of said, look, that's the only way, like, you really can't come back here, which sucks. It does suck because, like, he was a really good player. And this has nothing to do, obviously, with him.
No.
It's just more about who tweeted at me on a fake burner and called him. And that was a conversation. So wished him luck. Invite him on the podcast in response. Other than that,
yeah. Keep my name out your effing mouth.
Yeah, dude. We just had a tackle, McCrimmon.
Yeah.
Allegedly, another one is committing too. We don't know if that's true yet to NC State.
That's the worst. That might be the worst. Like I wish him the best luck. Great offense.
They stayed. They at least stayed.
Yeah, great offensive tackles. But out of the 135 schools, I think that hurts the worst as a fan. It's like, NC State, we almost beat them, and you guys are going to NC State. But I will say, NC State has had a record of producing good offense.
They produced like 2 tackles going the first round. So, like, I see that part. I understand, like, business decision. It makes sense. I'm just glad they played in the bowl game.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And one great tackle and maybe a second great tackle that's going to go.
Yeah, rumor. So, let's get to Twitter questions. We'll go that real quick, and then Teagan will come up next.
I think about the portal before we get out of the Twitter questions. There's a lot of guys who are going to go in this portal, be successful. I think Holton Ahlers is going to be successful. I think someone, who else? I'm trying to think of another big name that's in the portal that's going to be successful. But there's going to be some guys that aren't going to be successful. They're just going to fall off.
Yep.
They're going to forget about. They might not never play that much again. It kind of reminds me of, and these two guys, I hope they probably won't be offended because I know them both, but think of someone like a CJ Johnson who could have went somewhere and played and been successful. Like freak athlete, one of the best receivers ECU history. And then someone like a Tyler Snead, also one of a great ECU receiver.
Yeah.
CJ could have went somewhere and been successful. Tyler, great athlete. But if he would have transferred out and went to a bigger school, there's a good chance with his size and everything.
They would have overlooked him, just like we did here.
He probably wouldn't have played a lot.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people on that latter side, and I hope people, that's more and more the portal comes, is like, hey, let's stay. Like, we have something special here. And I think Tegan dove into it a lot in the second part. But I don't know why, when he was talking about it later on the show, I thought of that, like, 2 people. There's the rare freaks that can go be, like, powerful players. And then there's the guys who are like, hey, you have a good shot here to win conference. And everything. We say it all the time. I've said it on the podcast before, like, kids don't realize how hard it is to be, like, a star at a university or even a starter at a university. And you're like, if you come and do it here, like, you working up, like, you got to be like, you going to the P4, like a Big 10 or like SEC conference, like, you really got to be ready to roll. And like Tegan talked about, like, there's really not that much difference other than in the trenches and depth in the SEC and Big 10. But that is the thing, is depth. Like, they may have 4 of you instead of you being the one guy here at ECU. And I think that's what guys just got to realize, man, is like, ECU's a special place. Like, this community will love you. Like, Kate, I mean, we're freaking former players, and like, we have podcasts, they support us like crazy. And any player that has finished out their career, Tegan talks about it in just a few minutes about, like, it was the best. He was like, I thank God every day that I came back to ECU. He was like, I saw what it was when I went away, and I came back, and I thank God every day for it. So, all right, hope you enjoyed the Tegan Wilk interview. First episode of 2026, and who do we have? We have a Pirate legend, Tegan Wilk, Military Bowl champ. What's up, Tegan?
Hey, how are you guys?
Let's bring the juice, man.
Tegan's still recovering from his injury. The fans would like to know, are you okay now? Are you?
Yeah,
you're conscious, which is good.
Yeah, no, I'm good now. Yeah, a couple days ago, got my vision back. Stopped getting headaches and everything. But we're good. We're good.
So is your noggin? It was your head?
Yeah, I got knocked out. Yeah.
Do you remember the game?
I don't really remember. Well, I didn't remember anything really up until like I watched the game back, like when I was watching film, and then like everything kind of like just went together like puzzle pieces. But the only thing I still don't remember is the exact play. I remember waking up and like just talking to Shane, the trainer,
Big Shane.
Yeah, and that's all I remember until the tent, and then I remember waking up in the tent.
What the
heck? So like I don't remember like anything. I don't remember anything involved at the play. Nothing.
Do you know it's the play now?
Yeah, I mean when I like see it on.
I didn't know if you went and rewatched it.
Yeah, I did rewatch it, but again, I don't remember anything. Like all of that is very unfamiliar. He was a big dude. Yeah, he was. He was huge.
He was a massive dude.
Pause. So did you get to celebrate at all? Like, what was it?
Like right after the game, I got to, pour the bowling pins.
So you did that. You were okay.
Yeah, I got to do that. But like, it was still like when I got out of the tent, like I knew we were playing a game, but I didn't remember like getting off the bus. I remember getting off the bus. I don't remember like anything involved in the game.
Oh my goodness.
Have you ever been knocked out before?
Yeah, I got knocked out Houston.
Yeah.
I got knocked out Houston, and then the trainers got there, and I was like, my back hurts. Avery Jones woke me up.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? It was a close game.
Same
it was 21 when we stayed in the freaking locker room till like 12.
Yeah, we didn't get back to like 6 o'clock in the morning, practice at 7.
But not like that. I didn't get knocked out like that.
I was curious because I thought you did.
Out cold.
Yeah, which usually you just, I mean, you know how it is. You just get
like
knocked
5
out
seconds,
and you're like, oh
and
man, and you just like see stars, and then next play goes and you're like, all right, got locked back in. But this one
was a good one.
This one was different.
Dude, on replay, I was terrified because we stayed home, obviously. Like, I'm just going to admit, I didn't think we were going to win that game, so we decided to stay back, and you guys proved us wrong, so good job.
Team pulled it out.
Yeah, put the body on the line.
What was different about that game? I feel like everyone, we sold you guys out, honestly. We were like, hey, we lost our quarterback, we were freshmen, we lost a number of guys just trying running backs.
Yeah.
How did you guys come together for that one?
I think it's definitely a little bit different when you're actually involved in the team and you know like all the in and outs of each player. Like we knew Chasten going into the game had extreme confidence in what he was doing, and like we kind of rallied behind him and kind of rallied behind everybody else leaving when it came to that stuff, because like y'all know exactly when stuff hits the fan.
Yeah.
When you're on the team, like you can't just like put your hand in between your legs and then cry.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like
shout
you gotta
out
show
to y'all.
up.
Like honestly, I was laughing because he
Why
said
are
he
you
went
laughing?
because he said Ditto went in with extreme confidence, which he did. Like that's what you heard the whole time. But they were talking about the Pitt quarterback, and they I've never heard this ever. And the commentator said that he had delusional confidence, and I was like, dog, that is like such a like. What is the word? I can't think of the word.
It's kind of a.
It's kind of like he's going at him. He's slapping him in the face. Sure. And like, dude was like running around out there and stuff. Like, they had the number 1 offense in the ACC, and y'all made them look.
Number 1 scoring offense.
Yeah. Scoring offense in the ACC, which is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when we looked at the, the film on every game that they've played, it's almost like they really should have been the ACC champs when you look at it. Like, they were a really, really, really good team, especially that defense. That defense was stacked.
Yeah. No, they had a backer. I think he's going to Ohio State now. That really good backer. Yeah. They said he was going to enter the draft, but instead he went there. When you look at like the weeks leading up to it, like you said, like obviously being in it day to day, like you guys understood, like Dida was ready in a way. Did you guys ever feel like when literally everyone entered the portal, especially offensively, you're on defense, like y'all kind of stuck together, but like defensively, we were like, dude, like what's going to happen? Yeah,
I mean, you obviously have question. Like who's going to step up, and you knew somebody was going to make a big play when they haven't done it all year because that's just the role that they've been put in. But I mean, defensively, it wasn't necessarily that. It was more like, all right, well, how do I make sure I keep everybody collectively on the defense with the right mindset? You know what I mean? So like, I think going into it, like I trust and Marlon and the older guys on the offense to lead that side. And for me in the defense, it was like, all right, well, let's make sure we're tight so we don't lose anybody for this bowl game.
Why do you think the guys left early? Like, and I'm not trying to throw shade, but like they did bail on the team. Like, I'll throw shade. I don't care.
Yeah,
like, they bailed on the team. I've got to be careful, though.
We know
Daddy might come and get mad at me.
I mean, I kind of, like, I can see both point of views because they're my friends.
Yeah,
so like
sure.
I do understand, with what they're saying. I don't want to get injured for the bowl game when I know I'm getting in the transfer portal. I don't want to lose my draft stock when it comes to the transfer portal. I want to make sure I go into transfer portal as high as I possibly can be. To which my response is, well, why don't you just play the bowl game and ball out, and like really prove like you're that guy. But I get it. Like if you don't want to hurt yourself, it's the same thing with the NFL Pro Bowl. You don't want to hurt yourself because you're preparing for next season. You want to make sure you get a good contract coming up without any injuries. I mean, I get it, but I don't think that I'll ever in my life, partake in something like that. Like, I feel like if you're just going to do it, you got to go all the way.
I 100% agree, Caden. Where you're...
How was the bowl practice a little different than their normal weeks this year? You guys went almost a month, pretty much, over a month.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't practice all that much. I think we had 10 practices or 11 practices total between the end of the season and the bowl practice. And I think 4 of those were only in pads where, you had shells. But other than that, Coach Harrell took care of us, made sure that we went into the bowl game healthy. And, as a team collectively, we wanted to put our best foot forward. And he does a really good job with that, making sure that everybody's not only like physically ready, but mentally ready too. Taking a break from football once we got to the bowl site, just enjoying time with a team and really only practicing one time when we were there and then a walkthrough. So like
that's nuts.
He does a really good job of making sure that everybody's mentally locked in and not fully focused on like the meeting part. And,
you guys had one bowl practice there?
We had one real practice there. It was a helmets practice, and then we had like a run through, a walkthrough. Really, like,
and they were dialed in.
Well,
Didda was, it's because they knew Didda was ready to go.
Yeah, he was. The Diddler.
Well, it was kind of like the Diddler. Y'all call him the Diddler?
Diddler.
Diddler. I'm not.
What did you say?
I said the Diddler.
Whoa.
Oh man, we might need to cut those.
No, this is raw. This is raw. Go. What were you?
He threw me off on that one. I thought you said the Diddler. That's even worse. I don't know what's worse. What was the coolest like bowl activity? I know you guys went bowling, but do you guys do anything cool outside that?
Bowling's not cool. You said we went bowling?
Yeah, you guys went bowling because it's the military bowl. And you guys went there too, but you guys do anything cool outside that?
No, I mean, we did. We went to, there was an indoor water park, ice skating, rock climbing, stuff.
Y'all went to the Great Wolf Lodge?
I don't even know what it was. I think it was St. John's, I think it was. Like, whatever academy was up there, it was like 30 minutes away from DC, and they had like all that stuff in there. So a bunch of us went ice skating. A couple people went rock climbing. I think there was an indoor water park, like I said before. We went to the NHL game, really cool. Who was it? The Caps game?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
And then we went to the Redskins and the Cowboys, which was sick.
I mean, that's probably the sickest.
Awesome.
Like, you didn't do anything. And you just dropped all that.
Yeah, I'm saying didn't do anything in terms of like football wise. Like as a team collectively, I did a lot.
That's what I meant. Cool.
Yeah, as a team collectively, like Coach Harrell's really, really good at making sure everybody's like doing the right stuff as a team and like just team bonding stuff like that.
So all that was
awesome.
team. Yeah. Man, we never did anything fun.
You didn't make a bowl game.
I know. We never did anything.
A lot of it's probably my fault.
Wait, before games, the Friday before games, you guys do like you guys relax on that?
Yeah, that was a real Friday. I mean, we did, like I said,
I'm saying the regular season, you guys just
yeah. Like we would go and I mean, you see a lot of teams like have like movie nights and stuff like that. We didn't do movie nights, but we did do like when we get done at the facility, we'll come to the hotel and have like ice cream and then games. Like we'll play a bunch of like the specialists. Me and JD are always on a team. We do cornhole and stuff like that. NCAA, a bunch of stuff.
Dude, you know the meals that are the best that you're gonna miss? Now I don't know if they're the same. Is the Friday night before you were talking about the ice cream? Do they still have the pasta stations?
Yeah, they got the pasta stations. And for the seniors this year, they switched it up to where yours is already pre-ordered, so you don't have to wait in line. You just go grab it.
Dang.
Yeah.
I have to get a couple bowls pre-ordered, though. I would go back for seconds and third. He's going to miss getting those meals, dude. I love those meals.
There's plenty of Italian restaurants out there that are pretty good.
I don't know. I love it. It's free.
It is free.
A lot of people are talking about Didda. Like, a lot of fans are asking, like, do we get 2 quarterbacks in the portal? Do we get 1 quarterback? Or is Didda, like, the guy? Like, everyone's got an opinion. Some are terrible, but everyone's got an opinion. What is your opinion on it? What do you think we should do? Like, should Didda be like handed like, look, you won the game, this year next up, or do you think we should go get some guys?
I mean, you never really want to, just put all your eggs in one basket in terms of, not having a plan B or something like that.
Competition.
Just knock on wood, just in case he goes down. Like you always need to, have a backup plan, especially, when you are in charge of leading a team.
Yeah.
But I mean, regardless who goes in that quarterback, Coach Harrell's going to put the right person, at quarterback to, lead the offense. And with the OC coming in, like he has shown that he's, going to put a good quarterback on the field, regardless of his recruiting status or not. Yeah, he didn't even play. From what I've seen, he didn't. The dude at North Texas didn't even play in high school.
Yeah, and he came in
and was a stud. So like, obviously, you're going to put the right guy, in position.
Dude, the OC coming in has been a part of recruiting Cam Ward to Washington State. What was the Oklahoma kid's name? Freaking, I want to call him Mariucci, but his name's not Mariucci. The Oklahoma starting quarterback.
This past year?
Yeah, John Mateer.
Yeah.
And there was a third he helped recruit somewhere, and they were all like small recruits that just balled out, and they're like huge names. So hopefully we can do the same.
Yeah.
When you look at your future, like what's in store for your future?
You don't really know, honestly. Like right now, I'm gonna try to train for pro day and stuff like that. Hopefully, the next level is an option for me. But in the long terms and stuff, I definitely want to be a coach. I definitely want to coach, whether that's being like in a GM role or just a regular position coach. I could definitely see myself being one of those. I can't see myself doing anything other than football, but as of right now, I'm unemployed.
Yeah, that's a tough life, buddy.
Yeah.
If you are a defensive coordinator out there, because there's plenty that follow our page and likes our page, I have your next GA or assistant coach. Great guy, great character, hard worker, and gets knocked out but bounces up. Tegan Wilk.
He's ready to put his body on the line.
I might have been looking at the wrong camera the entire time, but I was trying to get
There's 3 cameras that way.
Yeah, you're good.
You would like to be under Coach Harrell, I'd imagine, and stay a Pirate?
Yeah, I would love to be under Coach Harrell. I think that he's kind of the exact role model that you want to have when it comes to like how to build a team, how to lead a team, how to go through all that stuff. And I think it's super cool, being a freshman underneath him to where I am now.
That is crazy.
After 15 years of college football, just to see like how it's changed. But he's adapted everywhere that he's stepped foot in. And I think that's super cool.
Blake Harrell, we have your next GA. He's come up under you. He's a great guy. We endorse him. Coach Harrell, your next GA, Tegan Wilk.
There's another pause moment.
We're not going to clip that one. Mags was like a guy. I remember when you were on your visit here. Like I remember Mags being like, he was like the white safety, like when I grew up, and I was like, dude, you can be the next Mags, blah, 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 blah. It's crazy he ends up being your position coach. Like, how was y'all's relationship? How was playing for him?
I love Coach Mags. Like he's by far, hands down, like the most like realistic, like in my shoes coach that I've ever had, because he's done everything that I've done, has been in the same thing, and everybody says that we just look alike, which is not really true. We're just both white. But no, he's a great guy, and like obviously, he's great to both Cam and I. Like we invite him to the wedding. We're really excited for it's just actually like be a part of like him and his family's life and everything like that. Just after football, it's just like an actual relationship, not
that's cool.
Just a coach.
That's cool. Do you have anything?
Yeah, I had a quick question. Very curious on this one. When Coach Aldridge left,
fan of the show.
Fan of the show.
Still
Great guy.
Yeah.
Only guest to bring me a gift on the show. I'll take credit for that.
With that shirt.
Yeah.
Got to get those.
Got to get that.
we don't talk about that
okay,
anymore.
we don't talk about that no more. Let me ask you this. You can answer. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask it anyways. Did Coach Harrell have a lot of hands in the defense? Is that why you think Aldridge left? I'm
not really sure, when it comes to all that stuff. I mean, obviously, we're not fully involved as a players to know, what went down. But I mean, Coach Aldridge, did what he had to do when he was here, and he was a great coordinator, while he was calling our stuff, and we led a lot of stats in the country and in the conference. But I mean, again, he's another guy that I've known. He recruited me out of high school. He came here. It was kind of awesome that he became my coach. And now that he left, I mean, there's just another opportunity, not only for me, but for him to like go succeed in a different environment.
Yeah. He's got to be nice to him because he might be his defense coordinator. It might be the guy
GA.
you were just talking to.
That would be awesome. Yeah, you were just talking to him.
I know. And he's a good guy, and I hope he comes on the show next year and plays South Florida.
He will. I hope
he does.
Yeah, I think he will.
That'll be a cool episode.
You left. Like you obviously transferred. You did it the right way. Like you graduated, you did your thing, and then you transferred. What brought you back here? And then also, what made you leave here? I don't want to get like too deep, but a lot of people are going to ask that.
I mean, just to start, just timeline wise, I definitely left mainly to make sure I got to the next level and got my body in the right way that I could have. I mean, obviously, you definitely want to play at the highest level, and you definitely want to be able to get as much out of it. Talking about like NIL and, you know, just showmanship and just brand stuff. Which that's definitely a big deal. But for me, the biggest deal was to make sure that I could get through a season healthy. And I never did at ECU because of how we practiced and how we played and just everything in general. Like, it just didn't line up for, you know, me and my play style and, you know, how it went. But, you know, going to Houston and just realizing a bunch of different stuff and, you know, getting injured there and being like, all right, well, now I need to find a place where I can actually, you know, go enjoy my last year and just be a part of something special that I really want to be around, where I'm happy to be around, where I love going into work every day. And then Coach Harrell reaches out, and we've always aligned, you know, mentality wise, and, you know, just everything when it comes to like life. And I feel like when he reached out and, you know, Cam and I decided, you know, where we were going, we were just like, this is the best option. Like, there's really nobody else that I want to play for other than Coach Harrell. And I think he put a big emphasis on, you know, how we practice, how he takes care of us, how, you know, his thought process is about, you know, the guys, and it's all about the guys. Like, it's all about the team, no matter what. It's about the team and who's playing. And I think that was the biggest thing for me. And I, you know, thank God I came back. It was the best, you know, one of the best decisions of my life, and kind of went all to plan. I don't think that anything happened that I didn't want it to happen.
Do you think, like, I remember talking to Coach Harrell like a month ago and him saying, like, you set the foundation for, like, guys to come back. And, like, Xavier MacGyver kind of did the same thing. You guys came back together. Like, are they using you now? Or, like, have you talked to some guys, or even, like, has Coach Harrell mentioned it to you of, like, hey, guys that enter the portal, like, look at Teagan. Like, the grass isn't always greener, per se. Not saying you didn't have a good time at Houston, but, like, you came back to a place that you felt at home.
He's never really came out and said, well, look at him, he left and came back. It was more just like, he's a chance for you to just get to know what's on the other side. Like, you don't want to open that door without knowing what's on the other side of the door. So I think that's where my role stepped in, not only for the defense, but for, you know, just everybody on the team in general. Like, obviously you can't keep everybody. Nobody's going to know what they don't know. Like, I can tell you one thing, but then 15 other people in your corner are going to be in your ear telling you the exact opposite thing that honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Like, have not been in that corner, but they just hear numbers and hear just random stuff on Twitter. You have no idea. You don't know. And I think that there's some guys, you know, that can go in the portal and make it out for them. It's been proven, you know, through a lot of programs. That being said, there's over 4,000 people in the portal right now. How many of those people are really gonna get what they want? None.
I don't know. I wasn't out there. Been in the portal. You have.
It's just it's a sticky road where you don't really know, man. You don't really know, and I think that's the biggest thing that I've tried to say is, like, you better have something really, really, really good lined up before you make a decision, because there's no going back once you enter the portal.
Now that you've been through all that, there's a lot of guys, and we're not going to jump into which guys, but there's a lot of, like you said, there's a lot of guys from the last year's teams that are going to go and make it somewhere. So there's probably going to be a lot that don't. Now you see that, and after this past year, you know, we were a couple games away from a conference championship game. Next year, you know, we have a lot of good players coming back, and you see a lot of people, you know, mass exodus. Like, what do you feel like now that you know, like, you don't know what you know, and you know the coach Blake Harrell is, you know, the coordinators he's brought in, the team that you guys had last year. You know, why would you want to leave now?
Yeah,
you ever thought about that?
Yeah, I definitely thought about that. That's kind of my thing. Is like, I don't know why you would want to leave. When you're a starter at East Carolina and you're producing, I don't know, other than straight money, I don't know what's going to make you want to leave. And honestly, we have money now to pay our good people. Like, we're set, like, foundationally we are set very, very well in the country. Now, not as good as the power conference is. Like, you have backups getting $300K.
Yeah,
that's insane. Stupid. Like, never will see the field, $300K. Stupid. That being said, ECU was in a really good spot, and I've said this, you know, to a bunch of the young dudes. You are very, very stupid to try to go win somewhere else when ECU has the best path to the college football playoff and to the American championship. The best path.
For now, until they change the rules on us. But
hopefully they don't change the rules.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I think that is the big thing is like for us, like even if you look at, and we've talked about this before on the podcast a lot, is like if you look at like the North Carolina schools, like we have the easiest path to the playoff. Like NC State has got to run through the ACC, obviously UNC, Duke, like they have Duke won the ACC this year and they're not in the college football playoff. Right. Like the American is probably like ECU's definitely positions the best out of the North Carolina schools and really the surrounding areas too. Like Clemson has a good shot, obviously. Like Clemson and ECU are on different sets right here, but Clemson's also not doing very well right now. South Carolina's got to go through the SEC. Like these teams that players want to go to. What do you say?
You left Charlotte out.
Oh yeah, sorry. But like these teams that like these players want to go to, like yes, you may make a lot of money, but like you can still make a lot of money at ECU, and then like you also make the college football playoff, and then it's like okay, like why would you not at least seriously look there? And you don't got to beat your body up, dude. Right. Talking about that too, like you want to go play in the SEC at South Carolina, dude, and just get freaking destroyed, even if you go undefeated. Like you're playing Bama, Georgia, like you're playing these huge schools every single week, rather than like you go out there and play Florida Atlantic one week, and then like you have like 3 big games.
Well, here's also a big thing that people really don't realize, and I feel like when I say people, it's not only players, but like fans in general. The difference in the conferences isn't much bigger. Like the difference between the SEC and the American is really just up front. Yep. Like the skill positions
is the same.
Are damn near the same. Yeah. Like quarterbacks, all right, you have 1 or 2 really, really good NFL style quarterbacks that are going to be great. But other than that, it's just up front and depth. Like that's all it is. Like you're paying $300K for a backup. Well, that backup was a stud in the American Conference. Yeah. Like that's just usually how it is. Like they're just deeper and they're better up front.
Last on the portal. Do you feel like guys nowadays, because you came back, you're older guy this year, do you think a lot of guys that left this year or just younger guys in general have a very unrealistic expectation of the portal, of the money they're getting or playing?
100%. I mean, on average, people aren't getting, the type of money that they're going to think that they're getting, especially people that only play half a season and kind of like are a rotational guy. You're not going to get paid what you think you're going to get paid. I mean, maybe down the road when you go and prove yourself, but very, very slim stories of that happening. It's kind of just you enter the portal and you enter the portal next year. I mean, you could take me, for example. I understand I got hurt, but you can make that. If you just look at the stats, you can make that. You can make that argument. And I'll be a statistic for you if you really want to.
He came back, so we're good. We're happy.
I wasn't expecting you to shoot at yourself like that. But.
Do you think like today's college football world, like right now we see with the college football playoff, like the portal's open and the college football playoff still going. That is a messed up situation for like the NCAA. But also, like, do you think there's guys that are like checking out mid-season? Like obviously we had guys bail on the team prior to the bowl game, but do you ever think there was like big games where guys knew they were transferring at the end of the year and they're like, shoot, like, even though we didn't win, like, I played good, so I'm going to get more money. Like, do you think there was ever any of that of like, hey, I'm not going to be here next year anyways?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's mostly for the young guys. I mean, at least from what I've seen in college football, it's just the young guys that don't take their last couple of games serious because Coach Harrell talks about this all the time, actually. Like, everybody's looking for the next thing. Everybody's looking for next year. Yeah. Next game, I'm going to do this. Next game, I'm going to pop out. Next year, I'm like, whenever I go, I'm getting the bag, and I'm going to go crazy. Well, those seniors aren't really looking at that, so really it's just the younger guys doing that stuff, and they always think that there's going to be another year. So, like, it's kind of just a shaky spot where, like, not even people just transferring, but they're just, like, mentally shutting down because they're like, whatever, I got next year.
Thank you for coming on, brother.
Yeah, thanks.
It was good to have you in person.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Let's get to Twitter questions.
Let's get to it. I love the picture you did. This might be one of the best pictures of both of us together. Alrighty, let's dive into it.
Anson Belt. If you want an Anson Belt, go to ansonbelt.com. Over 10,000 combinations of micro-adjustable holeless belts. That is the belt of the Pirates. It's the belt of the Holton Ahlers show. There's not a better family to support. There's not a better company to support, and it's a pirate company. Anson Belt asked the question, what QBs within the portal do we have a legit chance of landing? Who are your top 3?
I think mine have changed a lot.
They've changed, yeah.
Because, like who you think you had a chance of, and then all the new names that came in, then you have a whole offensive change, coaching change. Now it's like I don't even know where the coaching philosophy is. He might have his own guys. What are yours?
I think it's very fluid. I think Mitch Griffiths is a guy. He played at Wake Forest. Yeah, he's visiting.
I saw Steven Igo say his grandparents met at ECU.
Yeah, his grandparents met at ECU. He's from Virginia. He could be a guy that he's a gunslinger type. Texas Tech. One of my very good friends is the QB analyst at Texas Tech. I talked to him about him. Yeah, Lindsey Scott. Shout out Lindsey Scott. I texted Lindsey about him, and I've actually kind of communicated with Mitch a little bit as well. But he said Texas Tech didn't want him to leave. They absolutely love him. Great human being, and would light it up if he went to the American. So that was good to hear from a coach who coached him this year. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, the backup quarterback from North Texas who lit it up at Albany. He also played at Old Dominion. I don't know how much he played at Old Dominion. He could be a guy that fits.
Reese Puffenbarger.
He could be a guy who isn't going to get a ton of NIL, get a ton of interest because he didn't play that much this year, but has put up stats in the past and it's the same offense under the same OC. I could see that. Other than that, dude, it's so fluid right now. With the OC
Georgia
getting
Southern's
here,
quarterback as well.
Yes, I saw he's interested.
He's pretty good. French.
He is. Yeah, we'll have to text Shore about him, Coach Shore, who's there. But it's so fluid right now. I think the OC getting here a little later, like that is going to be like later. Like I think the portal window closes the 16th. You'll see, I bet, 1 or 2 commits from like the 9th to that later date, just because the OC is trying to feel guys out. I feel like.
You think the quarterback's going to be more of a later end of the portal, like
this? Like it's 2-week window. I say the end of the 2 weeks. Yeah,
that's kind of what Hauser was when he came to BCU too.
All right, let's try to roll through these. We got a lot.
I had one right here.
Any chance Barker? Shout out Brooks Hill. Any chance Barker lands back in Greenville like Wilk did? We actually later in the show talked to Teagan about it. He said he's been communicating with him. We sure hope so. He's a stud. Go to the next one.
Nathaniel Horton. I like this one. How do you believe we should balance high school recruiting with transfer portal in today's college football landscape?
That's huge.
I think Nathaniel, you see it today. Who talks about the high school anymore? I think we have 16, 17 guys coming in.
Yeah.
But those are guys to build your program these days. What's the forefront of everything right now is the transfer portal, because these are the guys that are coming in and make impact now. Some freshmen will, some won't. Mostly won't.
Yep. Blake Cartledge, great question. Thank you for supporting the pod as well, Blake. Have you guys been tagged in to help recruit transfer to G Vegas? Caden?
I have not been. I wish I was, but I don't think that's legal. So
I would say, yeah, it's legal. I would say more involved than one may seem.
Well, I wish I had a chance.
Might bring you along, but can someone convince Zakai Barker to pull a Teagan? Hope so. And how do we feel about the importance of who will return versus who will need to be replaced? It's very important.
Zakai Barker, you have a lot of people calling you home. Come home, Zakai.
Yep. How would you fix the transfer portal issue in college football? One simple rule is make people graduate before they transfer, or you got to sit out a year, just like the old rule. I think that is the simplest way to go back to making people commit out of high school, understand that is a long-term commitment, and if not, you got to sit out a year.
I think one thing's great about the transfer portal for a former walk-on. I think walk-ons now go to a smaller school, get playing time immediately, then you can transfer. How I would fix it is you change it. One free transfer. After one free transfer, you sit out after that.
Agreed. Like that too. Dude Bro 1967 says, when do you think the SEC and Big Ten will secede and form their own semi-pro league separate from the NCAA? Seems like the writing is on the wall. I don't know how soon that'll be. Kind of seems like that now, honestly. They probably feel like that's what it is now.
Well, the SEC shouldn't talk. Win your bowl games.
Yeah, they're getting smoked.
They're above the MAC in bowl wins.
Top 5 positions to fill in the portal and top 5 players in the portal. We have a legit shot at coming to ECU. Top 5 positions. The players are going to be tough. Obviously, quarterback.
Yeah, quarterback's number 1.
Receiver.
Tight end.
No, I'm not going to say that.
I mean, I only say tight end now because we lost pretty much all our tight ends.
Yeah.
And if you notice the people visiting the last 2 days, it's been like 3 or 4 tight ends, and they're all 6'5" and 255.
I like it. I would say my would be quarterback, tackle, receiver, running back would be mine.
There was one receiver I saw who's going to visit ECU, and when I saw him enter the portal, I was really excited. North Carolina kid Chris Culver, 4-star athlete, never really materialized at UNC. What I liked about him was he had offers in high school from Ohio State. He had offers from Michigan, a lot of the Big Ten. You don't get offers like that if you're a bust. I think what happened was some schools just don't work out for people. Very excited he's looking at ECU. Ran like a 4.5 40, fast, big kid.
Another quarterback that just into the portal, Gio Lopez, played at South Alabama, went to Carolina, didn't have a good year at Carolina. I could see. I'm just saying he was a stud at.
I'd be happy with it.
At South Alabama, so it could be. Can we get Preston Carr on? John Moody says we actually had Preston Carr, and we'll get him on again soon since you requested. But Preston was on 2 episodes ago, so check that out. Beyond the obvious approaches, what efforts is athletic program department undertaking to increase NIL funding? Are the creative fundraising initiatives being explored, such as partnerships with high-profile creators, Mr. Beast, or other strategies?
The Mr. Beast thing, I'm sorry, guys. I love Mr. Beast. I love that he's here in Eastern North Carolina. Mr. Beast will never do anything with ECU. He just won't.
Never say never.
He won't.
Never say never, I would say.
Mr. Beast is bigger than ECU.
He's way bigger than ECU. I would just say never.
You better know some inside stuff.
I mean, I've been around those guys. I'm not sitting here saying they're doing anything crazy, but like I've been around those guys. I know they love sports.
Well, the one thing he did was he filmed out of sports. That's where it was at a UNC basketball game.
He's filmed a lot here too. He literally filmed with you inside Dowdy
pro
Ficklen
Mr.
Stadium.
Beast. I just don't think Mr. Beast will ever film with ECU or donate to ECU.
Shout out to this one, says, no question for me, sir. Just want to wear my Anson belt and enjoy the show. Nathaniel Horton says, should the football team sing the alma mater, win or lose, with the band? Yes, 100% agree. Let's keep going. Need Caden Norman portal list for quarterbacks. You said you don't really necessarily have one right now.
Well, I think we talked about the quarterbacks we liked.
Yep.
Dixon Williams Burner says, what do you guys think about the new coaches coming in? I'm really high on the OC.
I'm really excited.
You know what I liked about this OC versus JDB coming in? I was high on JDB coming in. He had a shot to call an offense. And I know he had the best arm in college. Lit it up, 49 points.
They had like 600 yards.
600 yards. And you know what I also like?
What?
The running back.
Okay.
Why am I blanking on his name right now?
He's in the portal. And guess what? He's visiting the Pirates.
Ashton Gray. Yes.
Okay.
Visiting ECU. Had 150 yards, 2 touchdowns in that game.
I'd be visiting the Pirates too, boy, if that OC did that to me.
Bring them both.
Bring them both.
That fires me up.
And then last question, how does it feel that your burner has been rebranded? I guess someone had a burner of me and now it's Hoist the Calories. That's actually hilarious.
Is it rebranded?
I don't know. That's what this tweet says.
Is it rebranded?
Bruh, you saying
Hoist the
get out of here, dog.
He's
I'm
a
mad.
big one.
I'm mad.
Big Sean, 83. I didn't know Big Sean followed us. Shout out Big Sean. How do you feel about Katon Hauser going to Illinois, back to the Big Ten? And how, or do you feel about the portal is going for ECU?
Big boy football, Caden. Big boy football.
I think, best of luck at Illinois.
Yeah.
I don't know. Illinois is a weird school where it's like you have a good year. Billma's built a great thing there, so I hope he fits. I really don't know what's going to happen at a school like Illinois in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those where, like, right situation, right? I mean, right timing. They have a good program. Mm-hmm. Wish him nothing but the best. Obviously, wish he played the bowl game, but we won it anyways. So, yeah, great question.
Yep, and they've had Luke Altmaier be a starter there for 3 years.
Luke's a good dude, too, and has been a stud. Very talented.
It'll be the first time having a new quarterback for them first time in a few years. Luke Lang, 3. How do you feel about having co-defensive coordinators versus just giving it to Tesh an opportunity to run the show? You know what I
like
think?
it.
We don't have 2 defense coordinators. We have 3 defense coordinators, and our defense better be a juggernaut next year. And it was, and I believe it will be. So I'm very excited. I'm happy for Roy Tesh.
Yep, 100%. Coach Tesh, we spoke to him in the basketball game. Greatest dude in the world. He's a Pirate that will not leave ECU. Will not leave in the right situation. Will, but like he understands what being a Pirate means. He's been here for a while. He deserves it.
Poppy is the tallest. I don't know if this guy's taking a shot at me here. How was it being a successful record-breaking starting D1 QB that wasn't a walk-on? That's a weird ending.
I don't even know what question they're asking here.
How was it being a successful record-breaking starting D1 quarterback? So that's you. That wasn't a walk-on. I don't get the ending. There's only one walk-on the show, so I don't know.
It was pretty cool. It was fun.
I don't know. I don't know if that was a show.
All right, next.
Mike Schwartz, hater, he's back. I know we're a group of 5 school, but are we really that low on funding that where our whole team transferred?
No.
I think Tegan Wilk says in a few minutes, and I think we know, talking with people in the administration, talking with donors, the sources we have, I think we're in a great situation. I think we're in the best situations probably outside of South Florida in the G5.
Yeah. Keep supporting us. Make sure you tune in. We actually have our own social media channels now. We have our own YouTube, own Spotify, own Apple podcast. It's all just the Holton Ahlers Show. Make sure you look it up. And also our social medias, turn on our alerts, subscribe, do everything possible to support us. Appreciate you guys.